Well, hello there. I have some Brussels sprouts to use up, and I decided that we are going to try something different. I decided to try Brussels sprout chips, and ironically, I don't have TikTok, but when I typed in Brussels sprout chips on Pinterest, the first thing that popped up was Brussels sprout chips, the TikTok version. So, we are gonna veganize those Brussels sprout chips and also try this because I have never made Brussels sprout chips. I feel like I can't seem to talk. But I also walked all the way to the UPS store located here and back on top of exercising this morning, so I'm feeling it. But we're gonna wash these first before we get started at all. I'm also going to finally cook dinner tonight. It has been that kind of week where you just don't want to do anything and you just pure are feeling the downside, So, but on the upside, it is ending on a good week, on a good side, and I actually I have been doing some freelancing for my local newspaper, and I got to go do preview a show that the college is putting on, which was so fun. I had never seen Little Shop of Horrors, which is what they are doing, and tell me below if you guys have seen it. I can't get the song Little Shop stuck out of my head, but I finally decided to go ahead and watch it afterwards because I was really confused and really had to figure out how to follow along. But I was very impressed by certain people's performances. I decided to watch the musical version that Steve Martin plays in, and oh my gosh, I was incredibly impressed and I was very impressed. Not even so much I was very impressed with Steve Martin's performance. I also I have never watched anything with him so young in it. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely that comedy to watch if you are into stuff like Pulp Fiction and things where you don't care about the sci-fi stuff, because it was really interesting to watch. But now I know what it's about. Anyways, moving on, because I just can't help but talk, because that's me. We are going to, it says to preheat the oven at 425, so we will go ahead and do that. And then now we are going to just put the Brussels sprouts in a bowl. It doesn't talk about doing any cutting or cutting them in half, so you know what? I'm not going to either. I'm just following this recipe and you're gonna see how it goes. It says to add Parmesan cheese. We're gonna use vegan butter instead of regular butter. Garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper in a bowl. And then, of course, for the Parmesan cheese, your girl has vegan Parm. So, let's get started on this. Alright, I got everything out. I have the butter melting, and so I do not have 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts. I just had a bag of Brussels sprouts. I don't know that I would call that 2 pounds, but I think it's fine. Honestly, I'm just gonna do it now that I'm reading the recipe, it does say to trimmed in half, but you know, it's fine. Yeah. I'm not gonna worry about it because I don't feel like it and I gotta cook again. So I'm not always like this. Most of the time I'm a lot more like careful and whatever, but you know, today's just not that day. So you do a teaspoon of onion powder, garlic powder, and then a teaspoon of kosher salt, and then only a half teaspoon of the black pepper. And so I do not have lemon zest. So we're gonna just have to go with lemon juice, I think. And that's fine with me because I love me some lemon juice. I'm feeling super sleepy. Also been working on planning meals for next week. I have been debating on whether I want to do like oatmeal or yogurt, but I never want to do yogurt right now because even though I love yogurt, my grocery store sells it for like $2 just for like the little tiny thing, which drives me nuts. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna do oatmeal because I'm getting tired of doing bread right now. I have like bread and then I've been doing some cream cheese on top with some fruit on the side. But I'm just getting tired of that right now. I'm just like, I need to do something different. And so, gotta figure that out. For the Parmesan cheese, I'm gonna use this up first because this also melts more easily. And I just want, it's already open, so might as well use it up. And it makes almost a cup. That is perfect. We will make, I don't know why. I'm not thinking straight. Because then, I have collected a lot of Parmesan cheese somehow. I have 2 more Parmesan cheese. This one looks like it has less in it, so we are going to start with this one. So yeah, we got a lot of Parmesan cheese. But honestly, the Parmesan cheese is great because I can use it when friends come over too. Because I have a friend who, she can eat some of the vegan Parmesan cheeses I have. So, which I love. Like, always thrilled to cook for someone else. Like, she's always like, you know, if you want me to like pay for something, like, or you know, we go out and I pay or whatever, just let me know. And like, but hey, I love cooking for other people. It's fun. So I'm personally not gonna measure the black pepper because I don't really like a lot of black pepper anyways. The only other thing left to do is, see, this is the fun about cooking. It's just don't worry about like, I literally live in a closet. I literally have a closet for a kitchen. So you just gotta roll with it. And now I'm going to just mix this up. And then alright. And then it also said to add some lemon zest, so I think I will do that. This is what it's looking like right now. I mean, it's looking alright. Versus lemon zest is a lot stronger, but I'm not afraid of it, so I don't want to like overdo it. Alright. So, I personally do not use aluminum foil or have, like, I have parchment paper, but it's just from previous times that I've used it, and, you know, I still have it left over. But I don't use a lot of that stuff. I prefer the reusable. But I actually need new ones. That's something I just have not asked for yet for, like, Christmas or my birthday. And so what I've been doing is taking olive oil, which I obviously need more of. I've been taking olive oil, and then I learned this trick from someone else, and you just take it and you kind of like use a cloth and kind of wipe it on the pan. So you're not like completely using it up, but it's a cool trick. Sorry for all my screams. Hopefully this will have been like a fun video for y'all. I just figured, like, why not like just do this as a test piece and try it out. But also it's like, obviously I'm being a little weird. But hey, this is the real me. I mean, I am just like this. My sister can attest to that I'm weird. I am her weird sister. Love you. If you're watching this. So yeah, I usually just take like a cloth. So let me get one. And then just like put a little bit of olive oil on cloth and kind of just rub it on there. And if I want to add more, I will. But I think that's probably good. And I'm just going to wipe all this out. I think I should have cut it, but you know, oh well. Plus, like, I have learned that through like a lot of that you know, zero waste and, you know, all that like being reusable and stuff, that a lot of like vegetable pieces that like are technically not supposed to be eaten, you can actually put and make a veggie broth. So I have never done it. Let me know in the comments if you have. I think it would be really fun to try doing it. Let's get some of this Parmesan cheese on like the actual Brussels sprouts. That's like the only thing is I'm like, man, I just did not want to waste the Brussels sprouts. Alright, that's better. And the oven should definitely be ready. I will see you guys when it's time to test taste. Here is a look at what they look like. Some of the cheese did burn onto the pan, which is kind of a bummer. And although the Brussels sprouts are not like fully browned or anything, I just did not want to keep them in there any longer because what I did not like was that the cheese does not like condense onto the Brussels sprouts. It just kind of like goes right through. So you are kind of you either get the cheese or you don't. And so I personally would like to try this in something else rather than, or even maybe in a skillet or something. I just don't know if I would do this again. Maybe try another recipe. It gave me the option to do it for 16 to 18 minutes, but I was not super like, I felt like 16 minutes was probably the safest bet.
especially because I know that vegan cheese does not tend to melt the same way, but honestly, part of why I did the follow your heart cheese that I wanted to use up is because that one I know melts really well. Yeah, it says to do it like until the cheese is either like further crisp or removed from the pan, like just golden brown and crisp. And so I think this is good enough. Like, I probably should have taken them out sooner. So I'm gonna let them sit, and then we're gonna taste them.
All right, we are doing the test taste. I kind of feel like I need a fork because they're not like crispy. Okay, so the cheese is very crispy, but the Brussels sprout is not. I definitely feel like the Brussels sprout itself could have stayed in longer. I almost feel like you need to cook like the Brussels sprout some before you add the cheese and the butter mixture. But that is my opinion based on the fact that I personally would want my Brussels sprout to be crispier. But I don't know. Let me know if you decide to try this recipe, and I will make sure to link it as well. I am just excited and happy to have saved my Brussels sprouts from going bad. Because that was the whole point of trying this out. So I will see you guys next time.